In these last two lectures of the course, we're going to summarize everything that we've learned so far. We're going to create a full CRUD application, meaning we're going to read and display data from the database, add new data to the class, update existing data or an object in the class, or delete an existing object in the class. So let's go to the code, and we're going to simplify things by working with just one data class, the cities. On the top of the page, we're going to create a button that we will click upon when we want to add new data to the class. And to align the button and the title, we're going to wrap them both in a row and column. So first, let's see how that looks. We go to the list, and we've got the new button up on top. Of course, if we press on it, it's not going to do anything right now. But we will want it to open up an alert window so that we can type in a new city name and add it to the class. So let's first add the alert controller in the list page.ts. And we'll add it to the constructor as well. And we'll take this code example from the alert controller framework documentation and place it right here in our list.page.ts so that we can use the alert control when we're creating a new instance or updating an instance of the data. First, we'll change the name of the function, and we'll just call it win for window. And notice that we've got an array of inputs. We don't need them all, only one for the city name, so we can erase the others. So we'll start by changing the header to add new city. And we'll change the name of the input field to city name. And next, in the list.page.ts, we'll define the function new, which will be invoked when the new button is clicked. And what it's going to do is it's going to call the function win, which will display the alert control. So let's see what that will look like. When we click on list and press on new, we get the alert control window. The cancel button works, and we can see the display of the cancel, and the OK button works, and we can see the display of the OK. When the OK button is pressed, it will pass to the handler an array of the fields in the alert controller. In our case, there's only one field, the city name, and we'll display that in the console log. So if we click on new and type in New York and click on OK, notice down in the console log we have New York displayed. So now we're going to move ahead one step, and instead of displaying the field in the console log, we're going to pass it to a function called save. And this function, which is defined here, is going to pass that to the s_db data service so that we can save it in parse. So we're passing the field to our save function, and then we're going to call the s_db.ts database service to a new function called save, and we're going to pass it the db_parms. To be consistent, we're always going to be passing the parameter called db_parms to the s_db.ts data service. And as you can see, we're always going to define a variable called db_parms.data, and here we've got the city name, which we'll be passing to the save function. So we'll go into the s_db.ts data service, and we're going to add a new function called save, and it will receive the db_parms parameter. And as usual, within the promise, we're going to define the data object and the object of this class. On that object, we're going to perform the save function of parse, and we're going to pass it the db_parms.data variable. Upon its return from the parse save function, we can resolve and return the promise from this function. So let's see what that looks like. We click on List and we click on New. This opens up our alert window. And we type in the name of a new city, Lima. And if we scroll down, we've got Lima. So we've successfully added a new object to our class.